Hello, HO Slot Car fans. Welcome to the GBud Custom and Speed Shop. I've been getting some comments, lately about, you never see your face. I don't know who you are when I see you at the shows. So I just thought I'd start this video out with a picture of my ugly mug so you guys can put a face to the shop. Today's video, I got 4 pick kits I want to slap together real quick for my 150 subscribers giveaway. I want to personally thank all my subscribers. I really appreciate you helping me grow my channel. So I'm thinking not tomorrow, but next Wednesday. I actually have off of work. I had the holiday time I have to use up before the end of the year. So I took Thanksgiving Eve off. And hopefully I'll find time to do a live broadcast and do the 150 subscriber giveaway. I forgot to check how many subscribers I'm up to, but I think I'm up to 160 now. So it's growing faster and faster. And that's all thanks to you guys watching my videos and giving me the comments and the thumbs up. So enough of looking at my ugly mug. Let's take a look at what we got going on here today. So here you can see we got 4 pick kits ready to build. That I purchased off of Pro Tinker. He had an auction. He had a pack of like 5 of them, which I got for a pretty good deal. Speaking of Pro Tinker, I don't know if you guys saw his video yesterday. His buddy Robert Fish from Canada left a scathing email and Brian went on a 1-hour rant about it. Pretty much directed to the Brian going to all his local loves and buying all the stuff, and Robert Fish was complaining. I mean, I don't know what he's complaining about because there's no loves in Canada, so the only way he can get one is if he knows somebody in the U.S. that would go to a Love's that actually has one to get him. So, but yeah, I think Brian's doing a great job by going out and grabbing those Love's sets and cars from the stores. I mean, he only went to 4 stores out of like 400, so it's not like he's dominating the market or anything. Me personally, I saw his video on Saturday while I was at work out on break. And he showed off all the new cars and the new set, and I was blown away. I was like, oh man, I got to get these. So I looked up the Loves nearest me. They didn't have any, so I had to go to the next Loves, which was almost an hour and a half away from my house, and I'm a half hour from work, so it was almost a 2-hour drive. So I called there. The guy says it was like 3 or 3:30, somewhere around there. He said, oh yeah, he goes, I got a set and a whole bunch of cars. I'm like, cool, I'll be there. So I got out of work a half hour early at 5 o'clock. I drove an hour and a half to get to the Love store, and I walk in there, and the only thing left in there was this one car, which is a really awesome car. But since it's the only one I have, it's got to be wall art for now. I mean, not bad price either. These cars are $25 plus tax, so it was like $26.50. Pretty good buy. So I talked to the guy, when are you getting more in? Do they come in on a Friday, a Thursday, what? He had no idea. He said they send them to him UPS. It could come any day of the week. He had no idea. So he actually offered to take my phone number and give me a call the next time they get some in. So hopefully I'll be able to get some more of these. But the Ford GT was the one car that I liked the best out of the 4. And on Brian's video, he explained how on the back it has 5 cars listed. Well, apparently that was a mistake. The Nissan Skyline, they did not make one of them for Loves. So there was actually only 4 different cars, but 3 different versions. the standard, the rare eye wheels, and the very rare eye wheels. They're starting a new thing now. Auto World's doing where they have the eye wheels with black tires. So those are considered rare, and then the white tires will be considered very rare. All right, so let's get started on the pit kits. I got 2 T-Jet pit kits, an X-Traction, and a Super 3. The first kit here comes with a 62 Chevy Bel Air. Why in the world they did this body, I have no idea. And I'm sure nobody's going to want this body. It'd be tough to get rid of, so we'll just toss this to the side. And if the winner selects this pit kit, he will get his choice of body. Whether he's a Ford, Chevy, or like me, a Mopar fan, he can pick from the Mustang, the Camaro, or the Challenger body. We'll put that on there. So, all right, so let's get right to the build. Sorry for no cars running around the track today, but I got too much junk on the track here for these builds. Should go pretty quickly. These builds are so simple. Start with the magnets. Blue in the front, white in the back. Get those in. Get the brushes out of here. And I'm going to be using all the stock parts for these. Of course, except for the tires. I would never want anybody to have a car without silicone tires on it. I mean, if you're a novice, you just like running the cars, don't like working on them or anything, the biggest upgrade you can make on any car you buy off the shelf is to put silicone tires on it. It's a super simple upgrade that anybody can do, and it will greatly improve the speed and the handling of your car. Excuse me. All right, we'll get the motor on there. We'll put some lube on this gear post. Let's grab the gear right here. And we'll put that on there. And we'll pull out the clamp. I actually ran out of silicone tires for these cars, but I did order more from Dash Motorsports. So those should be here before the giveaway. So this car will have 4 silicone tires on it. Next up, we want to do the shoes. There's one shoe. Come on. All right, this shoe is a little tight. It's not bouncing back like it should. You can see there it's kind of locked up. It has nothing to do with that post under there. What the real problem is sometimes this plate is bent down or it's not straight. So if you just put a screwdriver in there and then just tweak it up just a little bit, that'll free the shoe. And look at that, the shoe floats freely now. So both shoes are floating good. And that's the chassis. Should run now. Yeah, screaming for some Earl. So we'll put a drop in the back here. Put a little drop on the front up here. Should take care of the squeaking. There you go. I can't see it, huh? There you go, now you can see it. Alright. And again, with this car here, you'll have your choice of body. Ford, Chevy, or Dodge. Pull this screw out because we might need that screw. The rest are junk parts. All right, next pick it. Next up, we have the 1970 Mustang Fastback. I have built two of these pick kits previously. If you go back to the GBud Custom Shop sale, you'll see the green one I did. And if you're a fan of Scott's HO Racing, you would have seen the blue one that I made for him. It sits in some of his diorama thumbnails. So if the winner selects this pick kit, we'll let them decide what color they want it. Or if they just want me to keep it like this, I can send it to them like this. So let's slap this one together real quick. All right, got the magnets in, blue in the front. Let's get the brushes in there. All right. I wish I had a bigger place so I have an actual workbench to work on instead of having to work on the track. That would be nice. But sometimes you just got to work with what you got. And this is what I got. Put that clip on there. And a big slot car weekend this weekend, man. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of driving, though. I got to work on Saturday. Start at 7 in the morning. Then I'm going to leave work at 4, an hour and a half early. So I can drive down to the mayor's house for the big YouTube creator, content creator event. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of you guys that are in the YouTube slot car community. Especially the Snugster. Oh my God. I can't wait to see Snuggles and Brian together. That's going to be too much. I'm sure the mayor will have a live feed so you guys can see it too. Man, again, the one shoe hangs up. This time it's on this side. So again, we'll put the screwdriver right in here. Just bend that up just a hair. Yeah, there we go. And now the shoe floats freely. It's just weird the way that works out. All right. So we'll put the back screw in. Let's test this real quick. And of course it runs, but again, needs a little oil. We'll put a small drop on the motor down here. A little on this back gear back here. And a little underneath this gear. That'll quiet her down. There she goes. Now she's purring. All right. The Mustang is done. And just for fun, we'll put the tires on. Like I said, I ran out of tires for these cars, but I got more on the way. So by the time the giveaway comes, this will have 4 silicone tires. And because these are giveaway cars, you're getting this car for free. That's why there's no upgrades on these. Unless the winner wants upgrades, we can work that out in the emails. All right, so there's a 70 Mustang finished. Just needs a paint job. But we'll let the winner of the pick kit decide what color. All right, next up is our extraction. Now this was originally a Plymouth Superbird body in here, but I really love these, and I have the decals to do this car upright. So I'm actually going to do this one for myself. So I went through my drawer of bodies, and I found this. It's an old pit kit I picked up just for the chassis. Datsun 240Z. So again, we'll let the winner decide what color they want it. So let's get this one together. Put the red one in the back. And the white magnet in the front. Ah, those magnets are in there tight. All right, guide pin's giving me some problems. Okay, so I went ahead and put an aluminum guide pin on here. They got compliments of Rich from Rich's Sock Cart Room. All right. So let's put the brush springs in there. This one in the back doesn't. Oh, I can see. This bottom plate here is bent in. It's not letting the spring go all the way down. Let's push that down a little bit. Feel free to hit the fast forward button. Let's drop the brushes in here. And we'll drop the motor in. Oh my, I may have gotten that on the first try. That was sheer luck. That rear brush loves to move out of place when you're trying to clamp that engine down. Alright, shoe spring. Alright, the shoe is not springing up. So quiet. Alright, that shoe is working fine, but this shoe, of course, Auto World. Wouldn't be a pig kit if you didn't have to mess with it to get it to work. The motor should run though. Alright, motor's running. And this shoe is not returning. I'm going to figure that out. And this is the new style chassis. They got the plates right here on the side if you want to put a light on. Much easier now. I thought I had it. This shoe here is crooked. Wow. There we go. Shoes are working half decent now. Take this clamp back off. Now this is on here good. Alright, get that gear on there. And just like the T-Jet, we'll put a little drop of oil down here. Alright, she's running. Go ahead and get the tires on here. You know what? I actually have the silicone tires for this car. So let me find them real quick and we'll slap a pair on. All right, there you have it. The 240Z car is done. And this has the covered headlights, so this would be considered the race version. It doesn't have the big bumpers sticking out. So this is more like the original AFX style. I usually pull this front bumper and grille off, and the rear cover. I usually pull them off and make them a different color than the body. So again, there it is. It's done. Just need the winner to pick the color. And that'll move us to the Super 3 build. All right. A lot of mixed feelings about the Super 3s. I'll admit the first several years of Super 3s were horrible. Man, they were the worst cars ever. But they made a bunch of upgrades and adjustments to these cars now. They now come with the silver shoes instead of the copper shoes. They have hold downs to keep the shoes and the springs in place. The motor runs much better. The gears mesh much better. They took everything and fixed it all. So I still recommend the pit kits though. Even though the new Super 3s, the latest, the NASCAR release, or the mock NASCAR release, all those cars run pretty good right out of the package. I still think the pit kits run even better. These have several more steps than the other two pit kits. But if you take your time and do it piece by piece, it's not too bad. I like to start off with the guide pin. So we'll get the guide pin in first. There we go, guide pin's in. All right. And first thing we want to put in, so we want to put the motor in. It's weird the way these go together. You put the motor in first and then the magnets. So then we need a bushing on each end. Really? All right, so we got the bushing on the back. We got the black rubber spacer in the front there. We put the other bushing on there. I don't know if you can see that on here, but there's a flange on both these bushings. You want that flange facing away from the armature on both ends. I got to keep my eye on the clock here. My phone says I only have another 10 minutes of video left. So I may have to pause during certain parts of this to save time. So next up, we want to put the pinion gear on the back of the arm. It's much easier to put it on now while it's out of the car than it is to put it on when it's in the car. So there we go. We got the motor all ready. We just got to drop it in. And there you go. The motor's installed. Just like that. because you can see where the flanges fit in those grooves right there and right there. So now you can see, make sure the gear mesh is fine, it's spinning good. So next up is to drop these motor magnets in. Now the one magnet has a white mark on it. That mark goes on the driver's side. There you go, the driver's side. So I'm going to put those in real quick. Okay, we got the motor magnets installed. Pretty simple, you just push them straight down in there until they can't go in any farther. Then you can go ahead and install the back clip. Oh yeah, one tip. Before you put this clip on over top of those holes, if you look at the traction magnets, you'll see they're a little recessed into the chassis. So for better handling, you want them flush with the bottom of the chassis. So now is the time. Just reach in there with a screwdriver and push down. You'll hear a little click, click, and click. And now you'll see that they are flush with the bottom of the chassis. This will increase downforce and help your handling out tremendously. So now we can put the back clip on. Holds the motor in place. There you go. Just got to get that tab in that hole on that side and that tab in the hole on this side. All right. Next thing I want to do is put the shoes on. These come with a double shoe spring. You just want to lean that forward, put the hook through the spring, then it goes up over and onto the brush barrel. And then on the front clip there. There you go. One shoe floating nicely. Okay, I got both shoes on there now. Next to go on are these two shoe retainers and the retainer clip. This is the part that can get tricky. There's two of these black clips, and you can see that the one side sticks out farther than the other. The longer side goes towards the middle of the car, the inside of the car. So I only have 5 minutes of video left, so I'm going to install these, and then I'll bring you back and I'll show you what the end result should look like. Okay, we're back. We got the clips installed. So let me show you what it looks like. As you can see right here, the longer piece goes towards the inside of the car. And then the metal clip goes in those grooves. The point of that clip rests on the bushing. And then on the side of the chassis, there's a raised edge. Come on, camera, focus. And then this clip goes in front of that raised edge. You don't want it touching that brush barrel. If you put it behind that lip, the clip will be touching the brush barrel, which in turn will connect the circuit to this bushing, which touches the armature, so that would short the car out and it won't run. So it's very important that when you put this clip on the side, that it's in front of that raised edge. I can't get it to focus. All right, so the last step are the brush barrel holes. You drop in the brush, you drop in the spring, then you put the set screw in, and you screw that in. So I'm going to do that, and we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. And we got the brush spring, and then the nut screw in there. Now what I like to do is I like to tighten that screw all the way up until it's snug, and then I back out one full round. And that's what makes these cars so cool, is that you can adjust that screw in and out to adjust your tension, which will give you more or less speed. Too much tension, it's going to slow the car down. Not enough tension, it's going to slow the car down. What I have found you can do, if you don't have like a dyno like Rich or somebody like that, is you can just put the car in the slot without any tires and leave it spin, and then you can turn that screw in and out, and you can hear the pitch of the motor. It'll either pick up RPM or lose RPM, depending on how far you adjust the screw. But for starters, like I said, I screw it all the way in, and then I take a full round out. So it should be running now. And it's running. And of course it'll get better as the brushes seat in and get that little curve to them, and you get a bigger contact patch. I have 4 silicone tires here waiting for it that are lower than the factory tire. The factory tires are humongous. Really lifts the center of gravity. Like I said before, the easiest, cheapest way to increase a car's performance is to replace the stock tires with silicone tires. Yep, didn't get that one on all the way. There we got 4 silicone tires all the way around. Put the body on. And there you have it, all done. Super 3. So that's the 150 subscriber giveaway cars. So hopefully we'll see you Wednesday night. Hopefully the phone don't give me no problems. And we'll do 3 giveaways on these 4 pit kits. So until Parsippany, keep your finger on the trigger and your pin in the slot. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Have a good day.